and Gabriel, welcome to St Oswald's Toddler Time. We are going to make a start, and we always start, Victoria, with a dance called the Wiggle Song. We're going to start with a Wiggle Song, everybody. And hopefully some will join us as we come. And we've got Connie as well. Ready?
Wiggle, 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 freeze. Wiggle, 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 freeze. I said I gotta get the wiggles out of me. I'm gonna shake my hands, I'm gonna shake my feet, I'm gonna shake my head, gonna groove to the beat. Cause I gotta get the wiggles out of me. I said I gotta get the wiggles out of me. Wiggle, 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 freeze. Wiggle, 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 freeze. I said I gotta get the wiggles out of me. Skiddly scat, skiddly dee. I gotta get the wiggles out of me. Cause I wanna hear the story, it's gonna be fun. Cause hearing all about Jesus is for everyone. So I gotta get the wiggles out of me. Wiggle, 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 freeze. Wiggle, 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 freeze. I said I gotta get the wiggles out of me. I said I gotta get the wiggles out of me. I said I gotta get the wiggles out of me. Take it down and freeze.
This is what we do. We are St Oswald's Church in Croxley Green. Whereabouts are you guys from?
We're Croxley, we're in Watford Road.
Oh, fantastic. So, on a Monday morning, we have a cafe running from about 8:30 at St Oswald's. And then at 9:15, I take all the little kids down one end with Sharon, and we do some singing, we do some dancing, we do some laughs, and we do a story. So we're going to start with If You're Happy and You Know It. Are you ready? If you're happy and you know it.
If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, and you really want to show it. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands.
Everyone join in and pat your head this time.
If you're happy and you know it, pat your head. If you're happy and you know it, pat your head. If you're happy and you know it, and you really want to show it. If you're happy and you know it, pat your head.
It's time to stamp your
Stamp your
feet.
feet, I'm getting up.
If you're happy and you know it, stamp your feet. If you're happy and you know it, stamp your feet. If you're happy and you know it, and you really want to show it. If you're happy and you know it, stamp your feet.
Do all three this time.
If you're happy and you know it, do all three. If you're happy and you know it, do all three. If you're happy and you know it, and you really want to show it. If you're happy and you know it, do all three.
Jesus' love is very wonderful.
Jesus' love is very wonderful. Jesus' love is very wonderful. Jesus' love is very wonderful. Oh, wonderful love. So more monkey business, dancing on the bed.
Little monkeys.
Little monkeys dancing on the bed. One fell off and bumped his head. Mama found the doctor and the doctor said, no more monkey business, dancing on the bed.
You are doing well.
You say you do.
Little monkeys dancing on the bed. One fell off and bumped his head. Mama found the doctor and the doctor said, no more monkey business, dancing on my bed.
Little monkeys.
Two little monkeys jumping on the bed. One fell off and bumped his head. Mama found the doctor and the doctor said, no more monkey business, dancing on the bed.
Fantastic. How many have we got left now?
One little monkey dancing on the bed. He fell off and bumped his head. Mama found the doctor and the doctor said, no more monkey business, dancing on the bed.
Very well done. This is where we are in the story. Jesus has died. He's been put in the cave. He's disappeared from the cave, and he's already met two people on the road who took him home for tea. Now, this is where we join the story. Off you go, Tilly, with the title.
Behind the locked doors. When they arrived with their news, they found out that the other disciples were together behind locked doors, talking about Jesus. Jesus is alive, they said. He appeared today and spoke to Peter. We've seen him too, Cleopas told them. He walked with us to Emmaus and told us how he had to suffer and die before he could be raised. We didn't recognize him until he broke the bread. At that moment, Jesus stood with them in the room. Peace be with you, he said. At first, they were afraid, but Jesus held out his hands and showed them the wounds where the nails had been. Is it really you? Cried the disciples. You're alive. Then, because he said he was hungry, they gave him some cooked fish, which he ate in front of them. Jesus reminded the disciples what they must do next. Start in Jerusalem, he said. Tell people that I died and rose again. Tell them they must repent of their sins and that now they can be forgiven. Then go out and tell all nations and tell them too.
Well done, Tilly. Isabel, carry on the story. This is a story about Thomas.
Thomas doubts his friends. Thomas had not been there when Jesus appeared to his disciples in the upper room. I don't believe it, said Thomas. I won't believe that Jesus is alive unless I see him for myself and touch his wounds. A week later, Thomas and the others met together as before. The doors were locked to protect them from Jesus' enemies. And as before, Jesus appeared, peace with just appeared as if from nowhere and stood among them. Peace be with you, he said. Then he turned to Thomas. Look at my hands, Thomas, touch them. Look at the place where their sword cut my side. Touch that too. Now stop doubting and believe. Thomas sank to his knees. He knew that he was no ghost. Jesus was real and he was alive. My Lord and my God, he said.
Fantastic. Everybody give her a big clap. And I am going to unmute. Everybody
Yay.
is back in the room.
Red, girls.
That is beautifully read.
Beautifully
and
read.
Our God is a great big God. Oh, Dorothy's come in.
Our God is a great big God.
Our God is a great big God. Our God is a great big God, and He holds us in His hands. Our God is a great big God. Our God is a great big God. Our God is a great big God, and He holds us in His hands. He is higher than a skyscraper, and He's deeper than a submarine. He is wider than the universe and beyond my wildest dreams. And He's known me and He's loved me since before the world began. How wonderful to be a part of God's amazing plan. Our God is a great big God. Our God is a great big God. Our God is a great big God, and He holds us in His hands. Our God is a great big God. Our God is a great big God. Our God is a great big God, and He holds us in His hands. He's higher than a skyscraper and deeper than a submarine. He's wider than the universe and beyond my wildest dreams. And He's known me and He's loved me since before the world began. How wonderful to be a part of God's amazing plan. Our God is a great big God. Our God is a great big God. Our God is a great big God, and He holds us in His hands. Our God is a great big God. Our God is a great big God. Our God is a great big God, and He holds us in His hands. Our God is a great big God. Our God is a great big God. Our God is a great big God, and He holds us in His hands. And He holds us in His hands. And He holds us in His hands. And He holds us in His hands.
One more.
And He holds us in His hands.
It's time we got on our feet. And now jump up and down. Don't worry about the words. We're just doing the dancing. It's very simple. Up and down and follow me. Are you ready?
Let's jump with us, Judy.
Okay.
I'm gonna jump up and down, gonna spin right around, gonna praise your name forever. I'm gonna shout out loud, gonna deafen the crowd, gonna sing my praise to heaven. I'm gonna jump up and down, gonna spin right around, gonna praise your name forever. I'm gonna shout out loud, gonna deafen the crowd, gonna sing my praise to heaven. I will run this race and I will never stop. I follow Jesus till the day I drop. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. When you've got such a lot, when you've got not a lot, what? Be happy. I'm gonna jump up and down, gonna spin right around, gonna praise your name forever. I'm gonna shout out loud, gonna deafen the crowd, gonna send my praise to heaven. I'm gonna jump up and down, gonna spin right around, gonna praise your name forever. I'm gonna shout out loud, gonna deafen the crowd, gonna send my praise to heaven. I will run this race and I will never stop. I follow Jesus till the day I drop. I can do all such a lot when you got not a lot? What? Be happy. Such a lot when you got not a lot. What? Be happy.
And that, guys, I think is going to be it for today. Now, thank you very much to Isabel. Thank you very much to Tilly. Thank you, everybody, for coming and joining in. Now, goodbye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
And me. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.